What about that for a ball? It's Sheringham! It's 4! And look at this for a hit. Oh, he hit that so sweetly. An absolute rocket. 34 years of age. He's still going strong. He's still going very, very, very strong. And Sheringham! Hat-trick hero! Superhero! There is just no stopping Teddy Sheringham.
Teddy, good to see you.
Good morning.
Now look, this year is 50 years of the PFA award, so trying to speak to as many former winners as possible. You won the award in 2001. I asked the same question in everyone. Where does winning the PFA award rank in all the trophies, the achievements that you've got in your career?
At the time, you want the awards for the team, but when you look back on it in years to come, like I am now, 22 years later, to be alongside all these names that have been awarded before and after me is a real privilege. There's some big names there that you just look at and go, wow.
How do you kind of look back at your career and how you evolved as a player to win it so late? Like 35 years of age is most people got their feet up on the sofa by then.
Exactly. Well, it's quite surreal, really, because initially when you think when I won it, people go, oh, that was the treble year because you scored in the FA Cup, scored in the Champions League final. And I say, no, actually, I only scored 5 goals that year. And it wasn't so good.
Though.
Yeah, and it wasn't so good the year after that. But then Yorkie fell out with the manager and I got back in the team, started the season, scored a few goals and the whole season just spiralled from there. And it was just a way of me showing that I wasn't done just yet. You know, I was still at Manchester United. I still wanted to play a big part, and I did that. And we won the league convincingly, very quickly in that season. And I'd scored a few goals, and to get the awards that I did at the end of that season was fantastic.
Does eventually to Sheringham. Lovely chip. Oh yes, top quality from Man U's man of the moment, Teddy Sheringham. A fabulous finish. Manchester United 2-up.
In those years where you moved to Man United, you hadn't won a trophy at that stage. Alex Ferguson signed you. Did you have to change your mindset very quickly to fit in with a culture under Sir Alex Ferguson that is so focused on success?
You could feel the vibe as soon as you went to Manchester United that we're here to win. This is what we do. We're here to work. We're here to win. We're professional. And the standards just set up. And Sir Alex actually said to me, you won't believe what it's like to play for Man United. And me being 30, 31 at the time, I was like, well, you know, I've played for Tottenham for a few years now. I've played for England, been around the world with England. But he was right. You know, I alluded to it earlier. You know, the expectation levels go up at Manchester United. People want to beat you. They want to take a point off you. Even if it's the luckiest point they've ever got, they love it. And that, you have to grow accustomed to that. You have to realise what it's like to play for Man United and know that everybody wants to beat you. So your game has to rise with that.
Stepping in for Manchester United. And Butt finds Cole and Sheringham! Hat-trick hero! Superhero for Manchester United at the moment. There is just no stopping Teddy Sheringham. Hat-trick number 10, Teddy Sheringham. 34 years of age. He's still going strong. He's still going very, very, very strong.
This is all about the year you won PFA Players Player of the Year. So before we get into the difficult bit, is there a standout moment for you that season? Or what was it about that season that you found amazing form back in the team?
I still had belief in my own ability. Nothing really changed. I'd signed a 3-year and the manager asked me to sign an extra year. And I said to Steve McLaren, he made the phone call to me while I was away in Dubai and said, you know, the manager wants to know, are you going to sign? He really wants you to sign. I said, okay, I'm going to sign. I've made up my decision, but I'm just letting you know that I don't want to be a bit part player. And he said, okay, I'll tell the manager. And so that season I went back in there hoping to get my place back. Whatever happened with Yorkie and the manager, that wasn't my concern. I wanted to get back in the first team. I still had faith that I could score goals at the top level, and that's exactly what I did.
Right, Teddy, now this bit's the fun bit. We've got all of the former winners, yourself included, bit of a throwback picture there. Now, we've got to choose a five-a-side team. Well, I say we. I've got the easy bit. You've got to choose a five-a-side team from the players who have won the PFA's Player of the Year. Okay. Now, everyone asks, firstly, are you going in? Are you putting yourself in the start? You get a sub as well, you see.
I can see the top here. There's no way I'm getting in this team, but it's going to be fun picking it.
So, some people have gone with a keeper. Some people haven't. There's only two who have won it, which I think is pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go?
I'll go with the goalkeeper because I know this man.
Yeah.
He is an absolute legend of a man. I've been around him with the Tottenham golf days. He actually coached while I was at Tottenham with Glenn Oddle. So Pat Jennings is my goalkeeper.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Is there a keeper from the Premier League era you think is maybe unlucky to not have nicked one?
Without a doubt, both David Seaman and Peter Schmeichel would have, two top keepers. I often get asked who's the best keeper I played with, and they both get 9.5 out of 10s for different styles of goalkeeper, but both absolutely fantastic.
All right, so he's in.
Big Pat.
Pat's in. Right, we've got defenders, midfielders, forwards. You can start wherever you
Let's go with our defenders.
Really. It's not many to choose from.
No.
I chose this earlier while I was waiting for it. I didn't go with a defender.
Yeah, I mean, who wants defenders in their teams, eh? But there's a couple that stand out for me. Paul McGrath, absolute legend of a player. Probably the toughest one that I played against in this format. Gary Pallister, unsung hero. Very underrated. But the one that sticks out for me is a newcomer. Played against him at a very young age, John Terry. Absolute legend of a leader on the football pitch in the mould of Tony Adams, one club man, probably better footballer than people give him credit for.
I feel like with John Terry, everyone knew he was great in his playing years, but as time's gone on, he's almost appreciated more and more for the technical ability, but also what he did as a leader at Chelsea.
Yeah, without doubt. I played against him as a young lad. And thought, wow, what a player he is. He's only, very unusual for centre halves to come on the scene and be very good. They normally have to learn their trade, but he came in and knew exactly what he was doing.
So did he get a spot?
Yeah, straight in.
All right. Right, we're going with these two next piles. That's where it gets.
The midfield boys, yeah?
Yeah.
I take it you got Platty on the top there as a midfield boy.
yeah, he's in there, yeah.
Obviously my leader on the pitch at Man United, Roy Keane, Kevin De Bruyne, yeah. Oh my God, this is going to be tough. Gerrard, Giggs, Peter Reid, Ginola, Liam Brady. Cool. Yeah, they're all up there. John Barnes, Gareth Bale. Wow. I'm going to go for... You can
have a little... Who are the few that you definitely need to choose between?
I'm going to call one here. I'm going to go for Steven Gerrard. I think he was... I know he didn't win the league as a Liverpool player, but I think he was probably the best single player of his era on a 20-year span. I know the Man United boys won't be happy with that, but I just felt that he could do everything. He could run, he could tackle, he could score goals, he could head the ball, he could defend, he could do everything. You put him in any position on the football pitch and he would be the man.
Instead, this is Crouch, and now it's Gerrard! Steven Gerrard! 1-0 Liverpool!
First touch is excellent, second one's even better. Because Given, having made two great saves, has no chance with this one. And that's midfield play at its best, supporting from behind, backing the play up, and what a finish.
The 2001 season that you won the awards, Liverpool win 3 trophies that year. What was he like at that point? Because he's still in the start of his career. But
I think he won the Young Player of the Year as well, didn't he? That year? Yeah. Just burst on the scene again, was fantastic. As I say, you can't speak highly enough of him as a player.
So he gets in, yeah?
Yeah.
Was he arguably England's most complete player?
I think so. Yeah. Again, you've got the likes of David Beckham, Paul Scholes, who people say to me, surely he gets in your World 11 and whatever. Paul Paul Gascoigne was the best player that I ever played with, so he gets my midfield spot alongside Roy Keane. But so many great players miss out.
On to the forwards now. I'm sure you know Klinsmann said you're the most intelligent forward he'd ever played with. So is there any of these you wish you could have lined up with?
Shearer, Henry, blimey, Ronaldo. It's great to be alongside this list, I've got to tell you. Suarez, Big Les, Salah, Rooney. Oh, you have got Dalglish back in there.
Yeah, sorry, he's a forward now.
Yeah. Bergkamp as well in the end, another talented player.
So you've still got 2 spots.
Yeah.
Assuming you're taking the bench. Or are you not even making the bench?
No, I don't get in this. I'll watch from the standing. I'll watch this team, Kenny Dalglish, my hero as a young player, as a young centre forward. I wanted to learn more about the game. Watched him sticking his arse into defenders. Obviously not the biggest, not the strongest, but used his body great. Saw a pass. Loved the way he played football, and obviously scored great goals as well. Unbelievable.
King Kenny?
Yeah, King Kenny, all day long.
So for you as a young player, he was the one. What can I learn from a player?
Yes.
Who can I study?
Yeah, obviously wasn't the quickest, but his brain was quick, and just had eyes in the back of his head. Ball came into him, knew exactly where players were running, moved defenders around. But still scored his goal, still scored his good quota of goals, which made him a top player for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Onto you got one more spot and a sub.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. Lineker in there as well.
Who would you most like to have played with, Kenny, or is there anyone else in there you'd like to have lined up with?
I probably wouldn't have liked to have played with Kenny because he's a little bit too similar to me. I won't answer that question because I played with the best. So here's my man, Alan Shearer. You know, he's got the record.
Now, it's still hanging in there.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's a top goal scorer, top leader on the pitch. You need half a chance. You need someone to score a goal. He'll do it.
Berg into Shearer. The magnificent touch gives some rhythm to them. Ripley. Good ball. Alan Shearer. Magnificently done. Just when it was needed most. On the 20-minute mark. They have the lead. One classy layoff opened up Liverpool. Stuart Ripley stuck in trade, the ball back, whipped in. Shearer's timed his run into the box perfectly, and you can guess the rest.
And the success you two had together as a leading two for England, how much of it was it just a player you just clicked with, or was it a lot of hard work into understanding each other's patterns of play, partnership?
I don't think it was something that we had to work on.
Yeah.
I just realised that he was the best player, and my game was already evolving by then. I'd up until 24, 25, I was like a number 9 and played an out-and-out goal scorer and wanted to score the goals. But I played with a lot of different players and didn't want to be in the same position as them. People like Tony Cascarino, Malcolm Allen at Millwall, Gordon Jury at Tottenham, and Chris Armstrong at Tottenham, and Klinsmann at Tottenham, and they was all players that wanted to be the centre forward. And I thought, well, we don't want two of us up there, so I just dropped into little holes. And especially playing with someone like Jurgen Klinsmann, it was like people, when he came to the Premier League, they just wanted to watch, and they wanted to mark him, which gave me a lot of extra space. And I just dropped into holes. And by the time after playing with him, I started playing with Alan Shearer, and that was similar. He was the focal point. He wanted to be up there amongst it, and I just found areas around that, and that's how I ended up performing to the end of my career.
So he's in. So you've got one sub position now.
Yeah, and I think I flicked past someone in here that I'm going to have to put in as a sub. Bit harsh on him. Someone who I admire now, who I love watching play football. I switch on to watch Manchester City whenever they're on. Kevin De Bruyne.
He got you a few assists there.
Absolute worldie of a player. Again, very similar to Gerrard. Runs, chases, tackles, but sees a pass, sees a goal. Yeah, proper focused professional footballer he is.
Teddy, That's your PFA Players Player of the Year 5-a-side team. Happy?
Yeah, delighted.
I'll tell you why, it was a struggle with that one.